All right, I think we are live. Hey, folks, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Saurabh Pol. Welcome to Polki Bowl. Today, I'm going to talk about young urban Indians are drowning in debt, and young Indians in general are drowning in debt. If you're below 30, especially in your 20s to 30s, a lot of Indians in that age bracket are actually in debt. Usually, it's credit card debt, buy now, pay later kind of debt. But different types of overdraft and so on and so forth, right? Like different instruments of getting debt. This is not good. In many cases, the debt to asset ratio is 0.8, which means for every 100 rupees you own, 80 rupees out of it like is basically on loan. Basically, if you have things worth 100 rupees, 80 rupees of it is not really yours, like 80% of it. That is basically you have taken a loan for it. And by the way, this is an incredible statistic, right? 70% of all the iPhones bought in India are bought on loan. So that is incredible. And by loan, it's not even like credit card loan. Apparently, it's like EMIs, just straight up EMI loans, right? I really have thoughts about this, right? Like I think ever since the lockdowns, ever since 2020, what one thing that has happened is definitely is that a lot of Indians, they have been spending haywire. The spending has gone out of whack because many people, many young folks who are now 25 years old and all, they started working in 2020, 2021 for the first time. पहली बार पैसा भी उन्होंने पहली बार कमाना स्टार्ट उस टाइम पे किया. So many young Indians, they really don't know how to manage their money, and that is purely because when they actually started getting money first, they didn't exist in the real world. It was a fake world that we lived in, and the consequences are there for people to see. I think the impact of social media has been huge, एब्सोल्युटली ह्यूज. सी लोन है ना, ऐसा लोन की बारिश नहीं होती. लोन आप ऐसे चल रहे हो, लोन में गिर गए, वैसे नहीं होता, राइट? You go out actively, you seek out a loan. Of course, there is a loan ad and all, no doubt about it. We get those annoying calls and everything. I'm very much aware of it. But what I'm trying to say is that if you are taking a loan, clearly you're doing it because you either need it or want it. And I think the demonstration effect, okay, that has happened because of social media, okay, that Me Too phenomena, where it's like, hey, my friend has it, I'm also gonna get it, no matter what. Especially prevalent in iPhones, which I find an absolutely stupid expense. If you don't earn your own money, an iPhone is the stupidest fucking thing you can buy because they're expensive and it's basically digital jewelry. An iPhone is digital jewelry. And I've seen it in my own friends and family, the fixation people have with the iPhone. And I get it, right? It's a masterclass in marketing. The way that product has been built is genuine. I used to own an iPhone once, and I never liked it. मेरे को तो पसंद नहीं आया. I switched back to Android. But the MacBooks that I own, so those Apple products I consider are the best in the world. I can understand if you like something, you like something, right? But I never buy things, uh, with like incredible EMIs. I'm not saying I've never had an EMI on me. Of course I have. Like I've mentioned many a times, the first phone I ever bought, my first ever purchase when I got my first salary was actually like a decent purchase, was my mobile phone, and I got it for EMI. And instead of a 9-month EMI, it turned out it was a 6-month EMI, and I had to pay through my nose. It was very difficult for me to pay it, right? So I have done that, but I did it back then, and I haven't continued ever since, right? Like ever since I've gotten EMIs only when like there was like crazy offer है. सर आप अगर EMI लोगे तो 0% तो होगा ही होगा, on top of it हम 5,000 कम देंगे आपको. So basically it was like that. It was the partner. Usually it's Bajaj Finance or something. It was the finance partner led discounting that had happened. So I was like, okay, cool. As long as I'm paying less, and I can even buy it outright cash, right? But I did not because like EMI में और सस्ता मिल रहा है. So that is why I went ahead with EMI, right? I generally want people to understand that buy now pay later doesn't exist. It is, you are paying. I mean, yeah, you buy it now, you pay later. Like technically yes, but please understand it's not a joke. Please understand it is not a joke. And if you are buying something now and you kind of forget that, oh, you have to pay for it, and your economics goes for a toss, okay? The only thing you should be buying now and paying later are like really important things that you really need, like a car, a home, probably electronics, like big electronics, like आजकल तो टीवी भी सस्ता हो गया है, fridge, washing machine. Your phone is not something you should be doing BNPL. Yeah. Firstly, why are you buying something which is costing more than your salary? It's a phone. किसने ढाप लिया ना, चला जाएगा, मिलेगा भी नहीं, ठीक है? Like, God forbid, right? Like, I don't want anyone's phone to be dapofied. But my point is that, like, it's over. Like, phones, like, there is now incremental value in phones. There was a time that, 10 years ago, when every new phone was like, oh my God, what a feature. There hasn't been a single phone which has been launched in the last 5 years, I would say, which has like, oh my God, I'm losing my mind. What an incredible feature. I mean, okay, I own like one of the best phones out there. I own the Samsung Galaxy Ultra S24. मेरे को नाम भी नहीं मालूम. S24 Ultra. अभी S25 आया 2 महीना पहले, which is a better version, but वो हर साल better version आता है. हर 6 महीने में better version आता है. Okay, so I have that phone, and okay, it has AI capabilities and all of that. The reason I bought it is because I love photography, and the camera is genuinely insane. So unless there is a genuinely insane upgrade in something that you're buying, especially a phone, don't, just sit and chill with your phone. And people are like, I've heard many people are like, नहीं मेरे को iPhone का गरज है, अगर मेरे पास iPhone है तो मैं cool है. I'm like, okay, I can understand if you're 16 years old and you think like that, but apparently there are 24-year-olds also who think like that. I was watching that Zerodha ka video where they were like 01 or something, they call it, the YouTube channels, good videos, some decent ones. So usme one guy was like, I was treated better after I got an iPhone. Like, guys, let's not, like, if you want to be treated better because you have an iPhone, or if you get treated better because you have an iPhone, um, get an entirely new friend group, right? Because your life sucks, your friends suck, and most likely your self-confidence sucks. So an iPhone cannot be defining your confidence, man. Like, what the hell, and see, this is where I'm coming to, right? Like, ये सब debt wet वगैरह जो भी है ना, like, I personally feel, okay, also there is another way this happens is people are like कि यार मैं ये करूँगा, मैं basically futures and options खेलूँगा. मेरे हिसाब से तो जुआ है, मैं गलत हो सकता हूँ, मैं तो नहीं खेलता ये सब, बट आई हैव मेनी फ्रेंड्स, लाखों गवाए उन्होंने, लाखों कमाए भी है उसमें, वो उससे ज़्यादा गवाए हैं उन्होंने. लाइक आई हैव सीन इट, लाइक आई हैव सीन थाउजेंड्स, टेंस ऑफ थाउजेंड्स पीपल आर लाइक, ओ मौत को टच करके वापस आया. मतलब क्यों कर रहे हो, क्या कर रहे हो? Like, and there are so many reports about it. Like, the average Indian FNO player is male, under 25, earns less than 5 lakhs per annum, and just like is in debt, obviously, and loses money on trade, right? So I don't understand. Like, I mean I can understand berozgari itni hai that people are just like, playing the slot machine, satta bazaar hai wo at one point of time, if you think about it in a way. So I can understand where that is coming from. See, debt is not a joke, because अगर आपका ज़्यादा EMI आ गया, आपका ज़्यादा लोन वोन आ गया ना, you will reach a certain age and you will be like, where is my bank balance, आजकल बैंक बैलेंस लोग बोलना ही भूल गए, सब लोग म्यूचुअल फंड करे जा रहे हैं. लाइक, आई ऑल्सो हैव म्यूचुअल फंड्स, या जस्ट लाइक एवरीवन, आई एम नॉट स्पेशल. सब लोग बोलते हैं म्यूचुअल फंड सही है, हमको भी वही लगता है, एंड इट काइंड ऑफ मेक सेंस, राइट? बिकॉज देर आर वेरी फ्यू फाइनेंशियल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स और एसेट क्लासेस राइट नाउ that are giving you the return that a mutual fund is giving. But it also depends. Like, if you look at the last 6 months, the mutual funds have not really performed well because, of course, it's linked to the stock market. So, see, it's boring. Mutual funds are boring. Even in stocks, when I invest, like, I know people who have taken loans to invest in the stock market. Don't do that foolishness, guys. Please don't do that foolishness. That is just absolutely stupid. Like, I don't know what else to say. I genuinely don't know what else to say. Like, I'm telling you with experience, it's not going to end well with you. Okay, I have friends who are suffering because of it. Please don't do it. And these are very smart people. These are good people. They're my friends. I still call them friends, right? They've made mistakes. Like, I have made mistakes, right? So, but I've done one thing at least in my life that probably you can make, you can probably criticize it. But I have been a little more conservative in my life when it comes to money. When it comes to money, I've been a bit conservative. Where I was like कि मैं कंजूस तो बिल्कुल नहीं हूँ. मतलब अगर मेरे पास 1 लाख का फ़ोन है मेरे हाथ में, तो मैं कंजूस तो नहीं हूँ ना. Like, I hated the fact that I had to spend like around 1 lakh for my new phone, but I had to because I hadn't bought one for 3.5 years, and I wanted like a very good camera, right? Because I have that in me कि फोटो खींचूंगा. And also because I do this, so I was like, okay, ये पक्का काम आएगा live streaming में, and video recording में, and all of that. And that definitely is working out, right, in a way. So I would say, and oh, by the way, before that, this new phone which I bought, the most expensive phone I ever bought even went up to 35,000 rupees. So what I'm trying to tell you is that be sensible about what you're doing. Don't look at others and how they are buying things. You don't know what is the background. You don't know उनके पास कहाँ से पैसा आ रहा है, क्या आ रहा है. And if you are young and you mess up your CIBIL score, people are forgetting this. Yeah, don't mess up your CIBIL score and all. आपको बाद में लोन लेने के वांदे हो जाएंगे. See, I'm telling you right now, when you're single, you don't realize this. Even I didn't realize this, okay? The moment you get married, अचानक से खर्चे बढ़ जाते हैं and then you can't escape them, okay? Like, I'm not saying कि शादी हो गया, then you'll meet a spendthrift. No, 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 no. वो भी हो सकता है, but I'm saying कि शादी हो जाएगा and then रोज की जो खर्चे होते हैं, वो you will have to start doing. In the first 1 or 2 years, it won't stop. In fact, when you move out of your parents' houses and you set up your own thing as a married couple, like फन करके 1-2 लाख का खर्चा मिनिमम पड़ता है. ओके, लाइक योर घर का डिपॉजिट पकड़ो या रेंट पकड़ो, ब्रोकरेज फीस पकड़ो, तुमको फ्रिज खरीदने का है, तुमको वॉशिंग मशीन लेने का है, ऐसा फन करके. लाइक आई एम नॉट इवन गोइंग इनटू द फर्नीचर एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट. लाइक आराम से 2-3 लाख का खर्चा, एंड यू बेटर बिलीव दैट खर्चा रियली हिट्स. ओके, उसको भी तुम EMI वगैरह लोगे, लाइक दैट होल थिंग, अनलेस यू हैव पेरेंट्स हु आर लाइक सपोर्टिंग यू एंड लाइक चलो बेटा हम ही सब सेट करके देंगे आपको, आप बस कर लो अपना, then it's cool. I didn't have any of that, so I was like I had to do it on my own, which is fine, right? Like so my parents too had it even worse, right? So I'm still better off. So I'm saying that your early 20s, your mid 20s, it's very important that I'm not asking you to not spend, but I'm going to be very frank, spend as much as you earn. Yeah, आप जितना कमाते हो उसके ऊपर आप नहीं खर्चा कर सकते. Like who told you this? Like, and you want to hang out with people who earn more than you, that's fine, but don't hang out with people who earn more than you and judge you for it. You deserve better. You have dignity, don't you? If you I would rather be alone than be with people who judge me for what I earn. I know so many of my friends who earn more than me. If they look at me once and be like, oh my god, you're such a loser, and I'm like, why? Like, oh, you earn less than me. Of course no one's going to ever say that, but कोई अगर आपको नीचा दिखा रहा है तो आपको क्यों रहना है उसके साथ? This is not high school, guys. Like, grow up. That is the whole point of being in your 20s, right? Like, you have to be an adult at some point. You have to be an adult. See, if you take a loan for like education and all, I can understand. It is still towards something. We are still not the US, where education loans are a very politically charged topic. In India, education loans are still like, okay, fine, more or less हो जाता है, निकाल लेते हैं लोग 5 साल में education loan, on an average 5 to 7 years people clear it. So so that's what I'm trying to tell you. Oh, I know people who are taking loans for vacations. Guys, what the hell are you doing? Don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. छोटा मोटा लोन ठीक है यार, 20,000 का, 25,000 का, लाखों के लोन लेके लोग यूरोप जा रहे हैं वेकेशन के लिए. You can't do that. I'm telling you, don't do that. Because see, the market is not simple, right? Like the market, and I don't mean the job market, there's the share market, I mean the job market. There's a lot of volatility. कभी भी ऊपर नीचे हो सकता है. So ensure you have 6 months of your salary saved at any given point of time. आप जितना 6 महीने का कमाते हो उतना एक आपका FD में लॉक होके बैठा जाना चाहिए वो पैसा. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Just keep that money on the side, and just keep it. I'm telling you, for 6 months का आपका पैसा, अगर आप महीने का 50,000 कमा रहे हो, 6 5 30, 3 लाख रुपए आपका एक बैठ जाना चाहिए FD में, जो आप टच नहीं कर सकते. और उसको तब टच करना जब गॉड फॉरबिड आपका मतलब you don't have an income stream and you will have to rely on it for 6 months. Because more or less 6 months में आदमी solution ढूंढ लेता है. So do that. Before you get into all this debt and all, don't do it. Don't like, don't buy some stupid video game or something. You don't need to do it, right? Like, I promise you don't need to do that. Like, you have enough things to do in your life, and I'm not asking you to live a Spartan life. I'm asking you to have some common sense, because you'll be like, fuck it, for how long am I supposed to live a miserly life? For how long am I supposed to follow austerity, But I'm not asking you to do that. I'm asking you to be sensible and plan things and delay gratification. I know it's tough, but delay gratification. You don't have to feel less because you earn less and you spend less. You don't. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's very important. फालतू के लोन मत लो, जुआ हुआ मत खेलो, ये सब स्टॉक मार्केट में. It is not going to help you. I'm being very honest, right? Like, and or I'll be very frank. I know people who have taken shortcuts, tried to take shortcuts and all. ये कर लूँगा, वो हो जाएगा, नहीं होता वो. The shortest way is the longest way. आपको हार्ड वर्क करना ही पड़ेगा, सबको करना पड़ता है. मैं भी करता हूँ, मेरे दोस्त भी करते हैं, मेरे पेरेंट्स करते हैं हार्ड वर्क, आपके पेरेंट्स करते होंगे मोस्ट लाइकली. सो आपको भी करना पड़ेगा. फ्रैंकली, लाइक, आई एम गिविंग यू अ बिटर पिल, राइट? आई एम बीइंग वेरी फ्रैंक. आई एम सॉरी. आई एम गिविंग यू अ बिटर पिल. यू नो, इट्स अ स्लॉग इन योर अर्ली 20s. बहुत मेहनत है, बहुत मेहनत है. बट उसी मेहनत में अगर आपको कीचड़ फैलाना है आपका फालतू के लोन, ईएमआई, बीएनपीएल करके, क्रेडिट कार्ड पे क्रेडिट कार्ड लेके, प्लीज डोंट डू दैट. कट योर लॉसेस इमीडिएटली. एवरी 3 months, डू एन एनालिसिस. कितना है मेरे बैंक में, कितना आ रहा है, क्या चल रहा है. Every 3 months you should do it. Every 3 months you should know exactly how much money is there in my account, what are my assets, what are my liabilities, what is my investment plan, if at all. If there is no investment plan, that's fine. There should be at least a savings plan. There should be at least a savings plan. So please, please, please keep that in mind, because it's very important. Because, God forbid you take the wrong financial decisions, even maybe your family depends on you. Yeah. If you're a man, most likely your family will depend on you in your late 20s. Like, not completely, but they'll be like कि हाँ, थोड़े expectations हैं हमारे इससे. So I want you to keep that in mind before you take any decisions. I know I'm acting like a acting like an uncle or an elder brother, but I don't want any one of you, whoever is watching, right? I don't want any one of you to feel कि यार मुझे कभी किसी ने बोला नहीं है कि फालतू के लोन नहीं लेने हैं. Like, EMIs are supposed to be taken only for education, cars, and what do you call, homes. Most likely there is no other reason I see an EMI to be taken unnecessarily. Or of course, if you want to set up your own home once you get married or something, तो आपको उसके लिए लें. Medical expense, of course, gets counted in this. I'm not saying don't take loans for medical expenses, but I'm saying life is unpredictable. Keep a good base, keep a good savings base, keep a rainy day fund. As I said, 6 months का सैलरी आपको रखना चाहिए. अगर आप 1 लाख कमाते हो, 6 लाख रखो. अगर आप 2 लाख कमाते हो तो 10 लाख मिनिमम रखो पर महीना जो आप कमाते हो उसका, into 5 into 6 करके, and you just put it in your bank account and just don't fucking touch it. So keep that in mind. Please keep that in mind, because I want these basic things which people don't know. Basic things which people don't know. Yeah. So yeah, these were my thoughts. And, like, come on, man. Like, if you're buying iPhones via EMI, I don't know, just like इतना है तो आप 3-4 महीना वेट करके खरीद लो ना. मतलब कौन सा भाग रहा है वो iPhone. An iPhone is not running away, and if an iPhone defines your personality, you should be ashamed of yourself. If your iPhone is going to ensure your friends treat you better because you have an iPhone, you should be ashamed of your friends and yourself for being friends with those people. Get out of that whole scenario. Be your own person. A material object cannot define your reality, your worth. It doesn't work that way. Yeah. So मैं डांट नहीं रहा हूँ. I know I come off that way. My tone is like that, but I don't want any one of you to make those stupid damn mistakes. If you are in debt, the first thing you're supposed to do is clear it. You have to clear that debt before taking on to another debt. There is this lifestyle addiction that is happening in the younger generation, even in my people ka generation, right? Like, I'm in my 30s. Lifestyle थोड़ा आराम से रखना चाहिए. And every 3 to 6 months there should be an analysis of, okay, what am I living, what am I doing? Because the way you live your days and weeks is the way you live your life. There's nothing called as life, guys. It's just the day that you're living. It is just the week that you're living, and it's just the month that you're living, and वो continue होता है. I promise you, if you look back and you're like, how did I spend this week and then that week and this month and that month, you will realize your days are incredibly similar. We are very boring creatures. We like to pretend that we are all special and, oh, I'm so unique and all. I mean, that's fine. Maybe you are, but you're also more common than you think you realize, is what I'm trying to tell you. Right? So please keep that in mind. Have like a sensible way of spending things, and don't have a lifestyle addiction, guys. Spend as much as you earn, of course, less than you earn. I mean, our parents and grandparents also used to say the same thing, for good reason. There are very few things I agree with the older generations, but this is one thing I completely agree, that you have to spend less than you earn. Definitely, you have to live within your means. I'm not saying don't take risks. I'm not saying don't do investments or either paisa mat dalo. Please do that. If you are knowledgeable, if you know what you're doing, definitely do that. Because in life, you're not rewarded for hard work as much as you're rewarded for, risk, the amount of risk that you take. Correct? But the risk that you take has to be a calculated risk. It can't be a stupid risk. So yeah. I, so anyway, I've been talking about this for 20 minutes now. Let me check my notes if I missed any points, but I'll now invite questions or any anything that you want to talk about. I'm more than happy to answer. Also, I'll be a bit busy. I'm traveling for work for the next like 7-8 days. So the entire next week, there are still videos that will be coming. If I get time, I'll go live also, but I'll be a little off in terms of attendance. And let me check my comments. Please put in the comments whatever you have, like, because it helps the algorithm. Let me check my notes. All right, all right. Yeah. Okay. Couple of things. Credit cards are not a joke, guys. Credit card, matlab, that paisa doesn't exist. Okay, it's a loan. It's just a very sexy way of getting a loan, but it's a loan. Credit card is a loan. Okay, just चिपका दो कहीं पे तो. Yeah, keep that in mind. It will mess up your CIBIL score so bad. And just taking out a credit card and doing this like this, I have a card. Don't do that. I know we get advertisements about them, metal ka credit card and this and that. Please don't do that. I know a lot of people are fascinated by, airport lounges and all. So that's please don't do that. वैसे भी कम हो रहा है आजकल एयरपोर्ट लाउंज का नशा एंड ऑल्सो द एक्सेस इज ऑल्सो बीइंग रिड्यूस्ड. So I'm just asking you, like credit cards, beware of credit cards. They are not a joke. ऐसे फंस जाओगे ना, पता नहीं चलेगा कहाँ पैसा गया है. You have to be very careful and disciplined when you use a credit card. It will trap you if you don't use it well. Okay? Okay? And ऑनलाइन शॉपिंग में 2000 ऑफ मिल गया किसी चीज़ पे, I get it, like है हेल्पफुल है, but I really want you to think long and hard before you use your credit card. Okay? So keep that in mind, please. By the way, in the comments, you can let me know why did you get your credit card and where did you get it from? If anyone is in the comments, if you're interested, because I don't see much action, honestly. And lastly, yeah, social media में आई विल से, यार तुम्हारा दोस्त है ना सोशल मीडिया पे ऐसे ऐसे करके फोटो डाल रहा है इधर उधर से, उसका ये है नया, उसका वो है नया, नया फ़ोन लिया उसने, नई गाड़ी ली उसने, उसके लाइफ में क्या चल रहा है आपको मालूम नहीं. सो मैं जब भी लिंक्डइन जाता हूँ साला किसी का प्रमोशन हो रहा है. ठीक है. सो आई गेट इट राइट, लाइक एवरी सोशल मीडिया ऐप इज ट्राइंग टू मेक यू फील लेस अबाउट योर सेल्फ. And it's not like some great conspiracy or something. It's nothing. It's just plain human behavior, right? I was reading about it, like on LinkedIn, everyone will only show their highlights. They will never show their lowlights. They will only talk about, hey, I did this thing, I did that thing. No one's going to write, आज मेरे बॉस ने मेरे को पेल दिया यार, गाली दे दे के बेइज्जती कराया सबके सामने. Will that ever be something that you will come on LinkedIn? Most likely no. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Whenever you open social media, don't go into debt and take loans just to match someone else who most likely doesn't even give a shit about you, right? So yeah, I'll answer the one question that has been here. I'll wait for another a minute or so. If there are no questions, I'll log off, because इतना ज्ञान इतने टाइम में मैं दे सकता हूँ. Big guy is like, sir, I'm 24. Don't call me sir. I was trapped in NEET cycle. Oh my god, you were trapped. Couldn't crack. That's okay. In BSc second PCM, I don't understand what that means. In BSc second PCM, okay. PCM is physics, chemistry, math. I know that much. BSc is Bachelor of Sciences. Okay. I took maths. Any scope to get ahead in my life? I'm unemployed. Wasted too much on NEET. Yeah, I don't know much about NEET. I'm an MBA, grad. मुझे MBA के बारे में मालूम है. आप मुझे इंजीनियरिंग के बारे में पूछेंगे, मुझे नहीं पता. सो मैं आपको फालतू गलत ज्ञान नहीं दूंगा. आई डोंट नो व्हाट यू कैन डू, फ्रैंकली स्पीकिंग. बट या नाउ दैट एटलीस्ट यू नो कि आपने नीट में बहुत ये किया है, I think it's time you moved out of it, right? And find something else to do. You have to ask yourself, what do you want to do? What you're good at, you know, or at least what you don't want to do. Uske hisab se you can choose some opportunities that you get in the market, right? So look at that. Ask some of your friends who can help you probably, with these things. Where can I work and all of that. Ask around. Bina ego ke jao. So yeah, that's that. Cool. I think it's 10:40. There are no more questions. I'll just log out. So yeah, folks, please take care of your finances. They're extremely important. एंड बिकॉज योर डेट इज़ योर डेट एंड वो पुराना ज़माना चला गया. सब कुछ डिजिटल है. लोगों को, बैंकों को सब पता है आपका सारा ट्रांजैक्शन आने वाले 500 साल तक विल बी recorded. So keep that in mind. Okay, credit cards are not real. It's a loan, it's a debt, it's an EMI. They're just a sexy metal version of a loan. Okay, loan is not your money. EMIs are not a joke. Take things seriously. I know I'm acting like an uncle, but I think some of you need it. So if you have any doubts, you can put it in the comments. Thank you. That was Paul Kibo.